Hey guys, so this video is showing you how I got ready for a casual girls night out. So I'm going to be showing you my makeup, my hair and my outfit. So I just kind of went out for casual drinks with the girls so I wasn't getting too done up. So starting at the beginning, once I got out of the shower, I used this I Love Coconut and Cream moisturizer because I was about to use this tan, which is the Rimmel SunShimmer Instant Tan in the shade Light Matte. I'm not actually a big fan of this tan at all, but it's the only one I had at the time and I wanted to be a little bit tanned. So there I am, looking all tanned and my face is pale, so let's get started with the makeup. Oh, also I'm wearing a My Little Pony t-shirt, which I really wanted to point out. So I'm using the Estée Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade 3.5 Intensity. And clearly this is way too dark for me, so I'm mixing in my Rimmel Match Perfection Foundation in the shade 100 Ivory. And I'm mixing these two together because I love the staying powder of the Estée Lauder, and obviously I like the colour of the Rimmel one. So I'm just going to blend these in together, making sure I'm blending it into my ears, my hairline, especially because it's so much darker than my natural skin tone. Then using my favourite concealer of the moment from this Wet n Wild Cover All concealer palette, I'm using the salmon shade underneath my eyes to bring light to that area, and then I'm going to go over it with the normal concealer shade just towards my cheeks just to blend it out into my foundation. For my blemishes, I went in with my Revlon Colourstay concealer in the lightest shade. To start off the eyes, I'm using this Brow Bone shade from the Wet n Wild palette Comfort Zone. And I'm just going to pack this all over my lids and towards the inner corner. Then I'm using the eyelid shade just on the outer V of my eye and blending it up into the crease a little bit. Then I took Toasted from the Naked One palette and just kind of deepened up the outer V and brought it in towards the middle of the lid a little bit. I brought a little bit of that toasted colour underneath my eye and my lower lash line. Then using my favourite eyeliner, which is the Rimmel Scandaleyes waterproof eyeliner in the shade Bronze, I'm just using this to line my upper lash line. I'm not doing it too precise or anything because I'm going to go back in with this brush and blend it upwards to smoke it out. Then I placed it on my upper tight line, which looks really weird on camera, and also put it on my lower lash line slash inner eye area. I don't really know what to call that. Using the same mascara as always, the Rimmel Flex mascara, I'm going to put this on my top and bottom lashes. For bronzer, I used the Body Shop Honey Bronzer and just put this in the hollows of my cheeks, around my forehead, my temples and along my jawline. I then used the highlighter shade from the Wet n Wild concealer palette I showed earlier and just used this on the top of my cheekbones, underneath my brows, down my nose and a tiny bit on my cupid's bow. For blusher, I went with the Benefit Rockateur blush, which is a gorgeous rosy gold colour, and I used a stippling brush because sometimes I really like the effect this gives. It's really natural looking and it doesn't concentrate too much colour. For lips, I decided to go with something a bit brighter, and I used the Wet n Wild Cor-a-line lipstick, which is a really bright coral, which isn't really translating that great on camera, but just go out and try it for yourself because it's so bright and I love it. And here I'm just using a tiny little lip brush just to define the outer edge of it. I decided to go back in with my bronzer and use a big fluffy brush so that I could get an overall bronze look because I was looking a bit pale at this stage. Then it was time for eyebrows, so I brushed them out with this little mascara spoolie and then filled them in with my new favourite brow pencil, which is also from Wet n Wild, and it's super cheap and it works really well. This is in the shade Taupe. For a little extra highlighting underneath my brows and in the inner corner of my eyes, I used this bright shade from the Rimmel palette, Bricks and Brown. Then to set my face makeup, I used the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light Plus. And that was it for the makeup, so it's time to move on to the hair. So here I'm just brushing out this greasy mop of a hair situation I had going on this day with my Tangle Teaser, and then I'm putting in my Got2b Guardian Angel Heat Protectant Spray, focusing it on the ends of my hair, which are super dry at the moment, and then I just split my hair into two so that I could curl it. So my curler is the Lee Stafford 40mm wand, and I'm just taking kind of 1-inch sections of my hair and wrapping it around the curler for about 8 seconds or so. That's why I sped it up here, because it took a while. And for this look I was going for kind of big bouncy curls, so I curled them all in the same direction and used similar widths of hair. So now I'm curling the top part of my hair, doing the same thing, taking 1-inch sections, curling them away from my face, holding them for about 8 seconds. So once I'd curled every piece of my hair, I took the Elnod hairspray, spray my fingertips, and then mess up my roots to give me more volume. I do this when I don't feel like teasing my hair. Also, it's a lot quicker and it stays for a reasonable amount of time. You could bring a little hairspray with you and top it up as you go. Of course, I had to spray the ends of my hair too to keep the curl. Then it was time to change out of this My Little Pony top, so I'm wearing this high-low hem dress with a chunky flower necklace, leather jacket and little leather boots. And that brings us to the end of this video, guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you are all well wherever in the world you are, and I'll see you soon for my next one. Bye!